Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the English News Bulletin from Alexandria Channel. Media advisor for the interim president Ahmed al-Muslimani underlined Egypt's need for a new policy and fresh blood of new generations to face the coming political challenges. There is a must to make room for new generations in order to meet the political challenges, he said during a press conference on Sunday with the presidential advisor for education, Dr. Assam Haji. Al-Muslimani explained that the political parties must start an extensive restoration process because the political challenges in parliamentary and presidential elections need injecting new blood. Egyptian security forces in Cairo arrested today former Minister of Youth and Muslim Brotherhood leading member Osama Yassin, who faces multiple charges of murder and inciting violence. Mohammed Hafiz, security of the Brotherhood's former Deputy Supreme Guide Khairat al-Shater, was also arrested. The two men were reportedly captured in a villa in Cairo eastern outskirts. The Prosecutor General had ordered on 31 July the arrest of several Brotherhood figures, including Yassin, who served as Egypt's Minister of Youth from June 2012 to July 2013. A dozen Brotherhood leaders and hundreds of members, as well as leading Islamist figures, were arrested over the past week, mainly on charges of inciting violence. Alexandria Governor Tariq al-Mahdi met this morning with members of rebel movement and a member of representatives of the political powers at the Youth and Sports Directorate in Alexandria. The meeting tackled some proposals submitted by rebel members to solve the problems which face the governorate, especially the litter problem. Several cleanest campaigns would be launched at all the districts in Alexandria. Prosecutor General has ordered starting a probe into the incidents of a six-story residential building collapsed yesterday afternoon at Sidi Jabir district in Alexandria. At least two died in the collapse of a residential seven-story building. The deceased, retired military general Mustafa Abdel Hamid, and his wife, aged 65, refused to leave the building because they didn't have anywhere else to go. Alexandria Governor Tariq al-Mahdi said that the construction authorities had asked dwellers to evacuate the building hours before its collapse. The two deceased refused to evacuate, he stated. General Muhammad Nasser, head of the Civil Defense Department in Alexandria, suggested the building may have collapsed as a result of construction work next to it, which had ramifications for surrounding buildings. The collapse of buildings in Alexandria has become commonplace due to several factors, including their age, illegal extensions, and the corruption between officials and landlords in regulating the housing sector within heavily populated areas. Egypt's Prosecutor General Hisham Barakat referred today 63 supporters of Egypt deposed Islamist President Mohammed Morsi to a criminal court in the Alexandrian judicial sources said. The defendants stand accused of a raft of charges over deadly clashes between rival protesters in Alexandria 2 days after Morsi's overthrow on the 3rd of July. These include murder, attempted murder, violence, and possession of arms during protests. The defendants include Mahmoud Hassan Ramadan, an Islamist who was caught on camera throwing a teenage boy off a rooftop and waving an Al-Qaeda banner in Alexandria's Sidi Jabir district, according to a statement by Egypt's Public Prosecution Office. A video of the incident, which went viral online, shows a mob cornering 4 teenage boys on top of a water tank, then throwing 2 of them from the 6-meter-high ledge. Bahira Governor Engineer Mustafa Hadhoud held a meeting yesterday evening with 600 school students and a number of senior leaders of the educational directorates in Bahira. The meeting aimed to discuss several educational issues. On top of them were the problems which face the educational process and means of solving them. The meeting also tackled ways of upgrading the educational process in Bahira. At the end of the meeting, a number of top students were honored. Now moving to the economic news. The Central Bank of Egypt has announced that commercial banks will return to normal working hours starting today from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. for clients and until 3 p.m. for employees. CBS announcement coincides with the Cairo Metro Chief's decision to extend working hours until 9 o'clock p.m. The interim cabinet has lately announced that the curfew imposed on 14 Egyptian governors will be enforced from 9 p.m. instead of 7 until 6 a.m. with the exception of Friday, 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. And now with the cultural news, the Cairo International Film Festival Board of Directors has decided to postpone the festival's 36th round, which was set to take place in November to September 2014, provided the CIFF continues to organize various activities throughout the upcoming year. The festival was also cancelled in 2011 following the uprising which led to the ouster of former President Hosni Mubarak. The 7th Alexandrian Festival for Arabic Music, which was supposed to open on August 15th, was also cancelled due to instability following the forceful dispersal of 2 Cairo sit-ins, which were staged by supporters of Mohammed Morsi, who was deposed on 3 July following widespread protests against policies during his presidency. Due to the current situation in Egypt, Bibliotheca Alexandria is temporarily open to public from Sunday, the 25th of August to Thursday, the 29th of August 2013, from 10 to 1 p.m. On the other hand, the BA Calligraphy Center holds on Thursday, the 29th of August 2013, the closing ceremony of the 9th summer program offered for children and young people. The summer program includes in ancient Egyptian languages and calligraphy workshops with an aiming of spreading awareness among new generations on the ancient civilizations, especially the Egyptian civilization. And finally, a look at tomorrow's weather forecast. Hot weather is expected to prevail. Wind direction is northwest at speed ranging from 15 to 30 km per hour. Visibility extends from 6 to 10 km. The sea is moderate and wave height ranges from 1 to 2 meters. Expected temperature for tomorrow in some cities: Alexandria high of 30, low 22, Bahira 31, 21, and finally Matruh high of 30 and low 22. That's all for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for following. This is Wafaء, البنا saying goodbye.